Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over what to update in terms of the rush section, or recruitment, I guess, is what it says on the website. So if we click here, you can see that there's 4 pages. The main page is the welcome letter, which is this page. Then we have the calendar, the application, and the FAQ. So welcome letter, basically just looking at the website, not even to the code. You can see that all you have to change is, the semester and the year. Whoever is the SVP for next year just has to kind of like look through it. I mean, usually it stays pretty much the same. So all you have to do is change their name down here, and let's see. Just quickly like glancing through, if it ever says like, oh, I want to welcome you to the spring 2013 recruitment season, like you want to change that to the current semester. So, and like here, like our spring rush, like for next year, it would start with our fall rush week. So just like little things, and just make sure you go through all of that. I think in terms of like these links, they should stay the same because it doesn't really mention who the VP is. It just points to the pages that whatever that they refer to. So yeah, like I joined Delta Sigma Pi my freshman year. Like depending on who is SVP, like you should ask them when you guys are preparing for rush in like the end of summer, just to make sure to remind them that they have to edit this, and I'm sure whoever it is will probably just make like a few adjustments. So you can also look over what they send you afterwards. Just it's good to have like a second glance to make sure there's no like typos or anything. So that's the first page. The second page is the calendar, which usually either we just put like the link to the Facebook page, or we have an image. So this year, I mean, I kind of just decided to make an image based on like the lookbook. I used like the same kind of theme. So I made this image for like the whole calendar. But there were times when, like, depending on what the SVP wants, like maybe before in the past, like the VP marketing would make the calendar and then they would send me the image and I would just put it here. Or this year I kind of just did my own thing and I made this and I put it here. Or I can just put this line, head over to our Facebook event for times and locations, and then in the code, you will see the link here. So, I mean, I guess we can look at the code really quickly. So, let's go into spring, and under the Rush tab, this page is calendar HTML. So let's wait for that to open up. So scrolling down to the main body, we can see that there's only 2 things. It's under the inner content div again, that's the main body. So we have the image source, which is that picture, this picture right here of the calendar. If you don't have that, you can just delete this out, like so, and these are the line breaks, which again is just the spacing between the image and the letters or the words. So you just delete that out, and then you can just write head over to our Facebook event for times and locations, and then just change the link here correspondingly to the new event link on Facebook. So that's simple as that. So that's the calendar page. And application, so basically all you have to do is change to the proper date, like whatever date it's due, which is the last like event of the rush week. It's usually due at 11:59 p.m. on that night. So whenever like they finalize like when rush week is, you just can update that correspondingly to the appropriate date. And then all this is fine. That's standard. So for these, what you have to do is download the doc. So here it says Spring 2013 Rush application. In the code, if you look, let's open up that page. So it's application.html under the Rush folder as well. So going down to the body again, where it says inner content right here. So yeah, please email all applications no later than date here you have to change. And then for these, so this is the actual document title, which like I have it in this folder here, but if you go on, if we connect to Fetch to the actual like server, you'll also see the document there. So just make sure that this name here corresponds to the name of the document in the server. So that's connecting. I'll just show you really quickly where that goes. So it's under the Rush folder right here, and let's see. I guess it can't get wider. Okay, whatever. So, I mean, these are the old fall ones. I should probably delete those. So I'll delete that. We don't really need those anymore. So these are the files that are on the server. If you kind of hover over it, yeah. So the name is spring underscore 2013 underscore rush application dot doc, and we have the doc and the docx just in case, like, I don't know if people can't open one or the other. So just make sure that corresponds to here. So the next one would be like fall. You'd probably just name it like fall 2013 rush application, right? And then the same goes for this one. And we also want to change this. This is what the link actually says on the website. And this is the file name. So you just have to change those and then just go back to the thing. So I downloaded the document here. So I'm going to open that up really quickly on Microsoft Word. And you just have to make like a couple changes on the actual application itself and then re-upload those onto the server to make sure that you have like the new format. So first things first, starting from top to bottom, the header, we have to change this. So this goes from spring to fall. Close that. So this application is due by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday. Whatever, change this date to the appropriate date with the subject 2013 rush. Next spring semester, you'll have to change that to 2014. So for now, that's fine. All of this is the same. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's all you need to change. And then I would just save this as, you know, fall 2013 rush application under like the appropriate folder. So for me, that's under here, under the rush folder. I would save this as a docx, and then I would save it again as a normal doc, and then I would upload both of these files. I'm going to just close this, and I would upload both of these files onto Fetch right here. So I would press put, and then, you know, look for the file under the folder. I didn't save it, but if I did, I would, you know, just upload it, double click, put, upload it to this folder, and then just like I had mentioned before, change the code to make sure it corresponds to the fall names. So after that's done, you know, I usually just try to download it and open the files to make sure they work, just to double check. And so that's the application page. That's pretty simple as well. And finally, the FAQ page, I usually don't have to change anything for that. I mean, obviously I just changed like the banner picture here, but that's pretty standard. All the other answers, you don't have to change for whatever reason. So that's the recruitment section. That's all you really have to update in terms of that.